Hello everyone, Disney Dude here. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel for more content, and hit that thumbs up if you like the video. So, I'm going to do another rant about Muppet Vision 3D. I've had the weekend to think about it, and honestly, the more I think about it, and the more I think of what's going to happen, I get angrier and angrier and angrier. So I'm going to do a second rant about this. I think it's disgusting. I think it's absolutely asinine for Disney to even think of getting rid of Muppet Vision 3D. I think it's absolutely ridiculous, something I never thought would even consider happening here at Walt Disney World. And then for Disney to just, kind of take the easy way out, and didn't say anything about it at D23. Didn't even mention it. They never even mentioned that Monstropolis was going to be replacing Grand Avenue and Muppet Vision and everything. They didn't even have the balls to come out and say that. Okay? So for them to come out over the weekend and basically just like, well, it's we're trying to figure out different ways to do things with the Muppets, and we're trying to find different ways for them to be incorporated in the parks, and have them be a part of attractions and so on and so forth. And I find that very disrespectful. Very disrespectful, okay? Because you didn't even have the balls. You didn't even have the guts to come out and say, that, that Monsters, Inc. is replacing Muppet Vision 3D, the last work of Jim Henson, and, and you basically just, not even coming out and saying that, and you're just going to come out with this concept art and basically say we don't give a crap. We don't care about Jim Henson's legacy. We don't care about Muppets. We don't care. Okay? We are getting rid of them, and we're putting in a monsters themed area, and you guys can basically kiss our behinds. Okay? What a stupid move. What a very stupid move. Okay? I expected this, I expect this from like the Bob Chapek regime. Okay? Where he would do things half-ass and not even give us time to say goodbye to things and just replace them. And it's so I expect more from this regime. I expect more from Bob Iger. I expect more from Josh D'Amaro. I expect different. I really expect different. And for them to come out on a weekend and basically say, well, we're gonna say this quiet. We're gonna replace Muppet Vision 3D and put in Monsters, Inc., and maybe nobody will notice. You honestly think that we wouldn't notice that? You honestly think that we wouldn't notice that? I mean, come on. I mean, how stupid do you think we are? Honestly, how stupid do you think we are? Okay? And you're not only disrespecting us, you're disrespecting Jim Henson's legacy. Okay? This was the last attraction that he ever worked on. All right? And for you to basically say we're getting rid of it, and we're getting rid of it. You guys are never going to have it back, and we're putting in this Monsters Inc. theme land. How dare you? How dare you do that? I find that very disrespectful, and shameful, very shameful. And look, I said this on my last episode too. If you want to move Muppet Vision 3D to another place, that's fine. And if you want to update it, that's fine. Okay? Put it somewhere else. But don't let it go away. Don't let it fade into obscurity. All right? Don't let the last thing that Jim Henson worked on just fade into obscurity, because it's gross and it's disgusting, and honestly, his legacy deserves better. It deserves better. Okay? I'm all for having an updated version of Muppet Vision 3D. Okay? But it needs to be with the classic Muppets, okay? Not the Muppets that are nowadays. It has to be with the classic Jim Henson Muppets. It has to be done tastefully. It has to be done right. And you have to do that. You have to do that. And then for them to come out and say, well, we're finding some ways to preserve this film. And, it's, for them to, say we're going to try to find a way to preserve this film. You better not come out and say we're putting it on Disney Plus. You better not come out and say that, because that is not the answer. That is not the answer. Putting it on Disney Plus is not the answer. It is not. Do not do that. Do not do that. Do not put it on Disney Plus. It does not. It does not belong on Disney Plus. It belongs in a theme park. Again, I don't care where you put it. I don't care. Put it in Magic Kingdom. Put it in Epcot. Move it somewhere else in Hollywood Studios. Put it in Animal Kingdom. Put it in Disney Springs. I don't care. I do not care where you put this film. But it has to stay. It has to stay. It must. Having this film was the last time that Jim Henson did anything with the Muppets. It was the last time he performed Kermit the Frog. Okay? And for Disney basically saying, we don't give a rat's ass. We don't care. And we're just getting rid of that film, is totally disrespectful. Totally disrespectful. They're basically taking a dump on his legacy. And we cannot allow that to happen. We cannot allow that to happen. As fans, we have to demand them to put it somewhere in the parks. Okay? And look, that show is, it's only half full most of the time of day. You're not going to lose anything by staffing cast members in a half full building for a 15-minute film that's running continuously. You're not going to lose anything, okay? So it's not going to take much to staff a building that's half full all the time, and it's just not. It's not going to take much, okay? But Disney, you have to keep this in the theme parks. You have to. You have to keep this in the theme parks. Or at Disney Springs, okay? Put it in Disney Springs, and then you can have, a free show for everyone to enjoy throughout the day, continuously, and that's it, okay? But it does not deserve to be thrown away like some cheap garbage and, thrown on Disney Plus. It does not. It does not do that. Or saying that, well, it could be VR or whatever. It does not. No, it does not. I'm sorry. I'm, watching Muppet Vision 3D in my home does not work. It does not work. Okay? You're not there to experience the animatronics or the effects or just the complete charm of the show. Okay? And putting it on Disney Plus is a half-ass answer. And if you even think about doing that, then shame on you. Shame on you for doing that. Because that is not the answer. I don't care what you have to do to put it somewhere else in the theme parks or Disney Springs. But do not put it on Disney Plus. Because that is totally disrespectful of Jim Henson's legacy. All right? If you believe in this Monsters Inc. project and you believe in it, then you should have come out and say, we are replacing Grand Avenue, Muppet Vision 3D, and this whole area with Monsters Inc. Okay? But don't worry, because we are moving Muppet Vision to another area. That's what you should have done. And not just some cheap, some cheap, answer like, well, maybe, if we don't say anything, people won't notice, and, we think this project is going to be good, and, we really don't know. No, if you have faith in your project, then you should come out and basically say that. And basically say, we have faith in this project. Okay? But, Muppet Vision 3D has to stay. It has to stay. Okay? Again, I don't care where you put it. Okay? Magic Kingdom, Epcot, move it somewhere else in Hollywood Studios, Animal Kingdom, Disney Springs, I don't care. I do not care. Okay? But it has to stay at Walt Disney World. It has to. Because it's the original, and it's the last thing that Jim Henson ever worked on before his untimely death. And if you get rid of this film completely, then you're just, then Disney's basically just saying, we don't care. We don't care about Jim Henson's legacy. We don't care. We couldn't give a rat's ass. So that's it. We as a fandom cannot allow that to happen. We cannot allow that to happen. Okay? So, get on your social media. Get on your Facebook. Get on your Twitter or whatever they call it. Get on Instagram. Get on TikTok. Okay? Voice your opinion. Voice your opinion about this. Voice your opinion. Okay? Tell them that Disney has to keep this film. They have to keep this film somewhere at Walt Disney World. Okay? And putting it on Disney Plus is not the answer. It is not. And if they end up doing that, then we can go after them with the pitchforks and the fire and the knives and, basically, say, shame on you. This deserves better. Okay? But for them to not even say anything about that, about them getting rid of Muppet Vision 3D until very late in the game, and, now we're just finding out about it. How dare you? How dare you do that? I'm sorry. You should be ashamed of yourself. I expect this move from, the Bob Chapek era. Okay? Not from the Bob Iger era. Okay? yeah, I expected so much more from this regime. And, since they did this, then I now have less faith in Bob Iger and Josh D'Amaro. Because if they are doing this, if they are totally getting rid of Muppet Vision 3D, then we need to go after them. We need to go after them. Send them emails. Post, like I said, send them emails. Write them letters. Okay? Post it on Facebook. Put it on TikTok. Put it on X or Twitter or whatever. Put it on Instagram, okay? Put it everywhere. Everywhere on the internet. Write it in letters. Write it wherever and send it to Disney. Send it to Disney. Send those to Disney and tell them how disgusted you are that they are getting rid of Muppet Vision 3D. The last work of Jim Henson. And it's unacceptable. It is very unacceptable. How dare they do that? They cannot get away with this. Okay? And if they think for 1 minute that we are not going to do anything about it, then I don't know what they're smoking. Okay? But they cannot get away with this. They can't. They cannot get away with this. Okay? And, and look, okay, I'm very angry about this. Very angry. I'm very angry, very upset. Okay? If you want to write letters to Disney, if you want to post things on social media, do so, but please do so in a respectful manner. Okay? Being upset and angry is fine, but don't use derogatory language. Don't say, F you, and, don't say any, nasty words to them. Keep it clean, keep it respectful, okay? But they have to realize the error of their ways. They have to. They need to, okay? As much good as they've done a lot of bad things, okay? And I gotta say, this is probably damn near the worst thing that they've ever done, is get rid of Muppet Vision 3D. They cannot do that. They should not do that. And shame on them for even attempting to do that. And if they get away with this, then we need to go after them. Okay? And for them to say, well, we're going to put it on Disney Plus. No. Do not put it on Disney Plus. Do not do that. You cannot do that. Do not put it on Disney Plus. Do not put it on any other streaming network. It belongs in the theme parks or Disney Springs. Okay? Like I said, I don't care. I don't care where you put it. Okay? But it has to remain at Walt Disney World. It has to. So, we as a community have to speak out about this. It's very disrespectful, and don't let Disney take a crap. Don't let them take a dump on Jim Henson's legacy, because that's exactly what they're doing, and we cannot let them get away with it. We cannot let them get away with it. So even if that villain show at Hollywood Studios doesn't last long, put Muppet Vision in that space, and we can have a brand new updated Muppet Vision 3D right next to the Muppets Rock and Roller Coaster retheme. Okay? You could have it right next to that, and that would solve all your problems. Okay? Then you wouldn't even have to move it to a different park. Okay? You could have, and then you could actually have a new Muppets Courtyard right there. You could just rename that Muppets Courtyard and have the Electric Mayhem Rock and Roller Coaster retheme, and then have Muppet Vision 3D right next to it. Okay? Simple. But to file this away and basically ignore that it exists is Disney basically saying, no, we do not care. We don't care about Jim Henson's legacy. And we cannot let that happen. We can't. Okay? This story has made me so angry that I can't even describe to you how angry I feel. Okay? When we came to MGM Studios back in the day, when we came to MGM Studios, there were certain things that we always did in that park. We always did the Great Movie Ride. We always did Beauty and the Beast. We always did Voyage of the Little Mermaid. We always did Indiana Jones. And we also did Muppet Vision 3D. It was an attraction that we always did when we were at Disney MGM Studios. Okay? It's a very historical attraction. I don't care what Disney says. Even if they say that we're going to preserve it. Okay, yeah. You preserved Song of the South. Okay, so don't let anyone fool you. Don't let anyone fool you when they say that Disney doesn't even have a copy of Song of the South. No, they have a copy of Song of the South. Okay, I can guarantee you they have a copy of Song of the South in that vault. Okay, and it's locked away. It's locked away, and that's preserving it. And that's exactly what they're doing with Muppet Vision 3D. They're going to preserve it. And by preserving it, that means it's going in the vault and it's never going to see the light of day again. We cannot let that happen. We cannot let that happen. We should not let that happen. Disney must pay. And if that means you have to lose something, if that means you have to lose vacation fun, if you have to lose that Disney villain show, if you have to lose the Disney and Pixar Short Film Festival, then so be it. So be it. Okay? This belongs in a theme park. And it belongs at a theme park. Anywhere at Walt Disney World. Okay? It does not belong on Disney Plus. And for them to even say that is ludicrous. It's absolutely outrageous. I've never heard of a more outrageous thing in my life. So, all of you, I'm asking you to join in this conversation. Help us preserve this great attraction, okay? That means so much to everybody. That means so much to, not only us. It's the legacy of the Muppets. The legacy of the Muppets, the legacy of Jim Henson. It cannot go away, and it should not go away. And if Disney thinks that they can get away with this, they are wrong. And shame on them for trying. So, please join in the conversation. Please help us save this film. It cannot go away. It should not go away. And do whatever you have to do, as long as it's legal. As long as it is legal, do it. Put it on social media. Write letters. I don't care, okay? Write it over and over and over and over and over again. On every single, social media post. Write letters to Disney. Make your voice be heard. Make your voice be heard. Okay? Because they cannot get away with this. Nor should they get away with this. So I'm asking you folks, okay? Please, do whatever you can to help us save Jim Henson's Muppet Vision 3D from going extinct. So, thank you very much. So, 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 thank you very much for watching this video. If you like this video, please hit that like button. Please subscribe to my channel. Please help me save this wonderful attraction that should never ever go away. I don't care what the comments on social media are saying about, oh, it's an outdated attraction and it needs to go away and I don't care and blah blah blah. Just because you have an attention span of 5 minutes doesn't mean that the rest of us don't. That the rest of us do. Okay? You know, watching a 15-minute 3D film is not going to kill you. It's not going to kill you. Okay? And for you guys to say, for those haters out, for those people that are in favor of this and say that Muppet Vision 3D should go, then I implore you to look at the facts. Look at the facts. Okay? Look what you're doing. You are taking the last vestige, one of the last vestiges of Hollywood studios, and you are throwing it away. So think about what you're doing, and if studying the facts changes you, then join in the conversation and help us preserve this great film. Help us keep Muppet Vision 3D in the parks. Okay? But joining Disney and saying putting it on Disney Plus, that's not the answer. It's not the answer. And if you're saying that, then shame on you. So please help us in preserving this great attraction that should never ever go away. Help us preserve this last attraction, this last film that Jim Henson ever made. So please help us do that. I implore you to do that. All right? So thank you guys very much. I hope that you guys will do this. Having Muppet Vision in a theme park, it has to. Muppet Vision 3D has to be at Walt Disney World in some way, shape, or form. It has to. Okay? Because getting rid of it, throwing it away like yesterday's garbage, putting it on Disney Plus is not the answer. All right? So, Disney, if you are watching this, then shame on you. And I want you to think twice about what you're doing. Because you're basically taking a crap on Jim Henson's legacy. And you cannot get away with this. So, that's my second rant on this on this topic. I think it's outrageous. They cannot get away with this. Disney cannot get away with this. So please help us join in the conversation. Please help us save this wonderful attraction. Thank you very much. You guys have a great rest of your night. Like I said, please like this video. Please subscribe to my channel. Please help us save Muppet Vision 3D. Because it's an attraction that does not deserve to be filed away like so many other great attractions. So thank you very much. You guys have a great rest of your evening. You guys stay safe and healthy. And we will see you real soon.